Enchanted Farm. They were just out here adding some honey boxes to the ones that we didn't add a deep box to. These are the ones that are a little bit smaller, so we're just out here. Gonna put a queen excluder on, add a honey super, and no, that's not gonna work.
Okay.
We may
I need to get some more mulch under this corn. The box is trying to slant on us, so.
Alright, so we were able to put some mulch in front of this one, and we're gonna go down the ways and finish putting the supers on them. I gotta go get my tripod stand that I must have dropped.
I know. So I'm trying to, they propolize the feeder to the lid. So that's not going to make them happy. There we go.
I was so worried the duct tape.
Alright, looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 5 more that we gotta put a honey super.
Sit upside down right there on that black mat. Okay.
Now they say, I don't know how true it is or not, but you should start putting your supers on the first sign that you see dandelions popping up in your yard. The dandelions have been on our yard for a little bit, so if that's the case, then we may be a little behind the game. But the ones that we're adding these honey supers to, they are the ones that there's a piece of wood right there on one of those frames. See it, Tay? Right there? There you go.
Yeah, okay.
So as I was saying, yes, we are a little bit behind. If that is the case, if you see the first sign of your dandelions pop up, is when you're supposed to put your honey boxes on. But on some of the bigger colonies that we had, we added a third deep box, so that will help with the swarming. They say when you add boxes to give more space, but our plan is with the ones that's got the third deep, we're gonna allow that queen to go up in that box and lay up there, and then we will check those boxes on the days that we decide to pull them to turn them into a split. But I got to get my butt in gear and start grafting some queens.
Yeah, Well, it's when it comes to grafting, it's kind of hard to get in the mood to graft when we just had about 3 inches of snow last week.
Yeah, that's true. Last week it went from one day it was almost 70 degrees to the next day we had 2 inches of snow come down on us. Which, after watching some of the ones that we follow on YouTube in a different state, they were experiencing the same thing. So we'll get to it when we get to it. And some of these boxes going through, the ones that didn't have that extra third box on them, they look like they've picked up a little bit, so maybe some of the brood has hatched. The cows are talking to us. We want to come back here. But we don't have the fence up yet for them. So I'll take you down some of these in the front. Let's see. I'll get in the mix of some of these and come over here where there's a space. Let's see if we can see any pollen in their baskets. Oh, there's one that has some bright yellow. So more than likely that is dandelion pollen. Oh, bee just landed on me. Oh, she left. So yeah, this hive right here that we're watching, well, both stacks I should say, both stacks has a third deep on. They're busy collecting pollen, it looks like. I don't know if there's anything, well, I mean, I guess the dandelions they could get nectar from too, but I'm not for sure if there's anything at the moment that they can get any nectar off of. Oh, put the lid back on better. There you go. We got Taylor out here helping. She wanted to help put some honey boxes on her. I don't know if you guys missed from when we added the third boxes on these others. Hers and Michaela's hives are really booming. So
This is spider web.
they got a third deep on their hive. Okay, so I'll come back over to this hive. So I'm pretty sure this one is a shallow box, so a shallow super. So I'm assuming Tony decided this is the one that this hive right here is going to be the one that we may end up putting one of our boxes that we have to do comb honey. So we was told by our mentors that you place a honey box of regular combed honey on it. You let them fill that all the way, and then when they get that box filled up, then you will put the box that you're going to have them build combed honey on top of it, and then when they get that one filled up, if they do, he says sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but if they do, then you will take another box of your regular honey that you're gonna spin out to just do like bottled honey, and stick it on top. So you'll have your combed honey in the middle of 2 regular honey supers.
This was the brick. Move that one. Just set it on top of that hive. On the
So that's the last one that needed the honey super on it.
Yep.
So did you want to take some of those lids back or just leave them out here?
No, we take the lid back.
Okay.
We didn't have dirt back here last time.
Yeah, that's right. We didn't want to carry them.
Yeah. So all those are done. The only thing we got left to do is have Brittany pull out her marker and mark the tops of all these boxes for today's date, saying that we added the supers. That way we know. That's kind of how we keep our notes, is on the top of the lids. So we write on there with a Sharpie. That gives us our records, and then we also use the videos to help us with the paper records up at the house.
Well, for the ones that we actually record.
Yeah.
The hives that would get recorded in the video.
Yep.
The other ones may just be
Yeah.
going off of memory.
Right. So, not doing any frame manipulations, anything like that today. The only thing I was focused on is getting that honey box on. Weather dependent, Brittany and I will be back out here this week and go through every hive again. But when we were out here the last time, there was eggs through cat brood in all of them. We actually found a couple of the queens even that day. And that's when we started adding the 3rd boxes on some of these hives. So hope everybody enjoys the videos. We appreciate you guys spending time with us. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. If you're new to beekeeping and have questions on something that we're doing, don't hesitate to comment down below. I love to talk about bees, so
I mean, even if you think
yeah.
it may be a stupid question to you, there is no stupid question.
yeah, to me, the way I was brought up, the only stupid question is the one you don't ask. Because from my experience, if you're thinking about that question, somebody else is too. They're just too afraid to ask it. So, and if you think that you're not comfortable making that a public comment, feel free to message us on other forms of social media. You can direct message us on Facebook. You can go through our website and contact us that way as well. I'll be glad to answer anybody's questions that's got any kind of questions on beekeeping. We're still new to this, but we did a lot of research before we started, so we're just now finishing up our 2nd year. But when it comes to caring for these bees, we jumped into it both feet, and we feel we're doing a decent job at it.
And so does our mentor. So
yeah. So evidently we're doing good enough that they've sent people to us to help them out. So and for this area, about 80% of the people that, last year was a big area for swarms, but then a lot of those people that have those swarms from last year, about 80+% of those people didn't get one to last through the winter. We do have swarms here that made it through the winter, especially Queen Dolly. She was the one that was 30 foot up in the pine tree at Brittany's mom's house. She has actually made it through winter, and we even grafted queens off of her last year, and those queens are on some of these splits down here that have made it through the winter also.
She may be one of the ones that I used to graft
yeah,
from.
and she's doing good again this year, and so is this hive right here. It was one of them that I was surprised it didn't swarm on us start of this year, because
Is that the one that we
when we
found
added
cells?
the 3rd box, it had no queen cells in that box, but there was enough bees there that they completely covered the lid, and it took us almost an hour to get them to go back into the box because there were so many of them. I was surprised that they didn't leave yet, and we searched both of those boxes to see if there was any kind of queen cells in there. She still had space to lay, but they were booming. So I think somebody was looking over us on that one and gave us a second chance, because in all reality, they were packed out so much they should have left.
Yeah, because that was at the one not only on the top of the box, but in between the boxes.
Yeah, I mean, they were everywhere.
They had, I'm pretty sure they were drone. Most of them.
It was all drone cells. There was no queen cells whatsoever in that box, but they were building wax, and she was laying in it, even on the lid. Anywhere and everywhere that they could draw wax out, she was putting an egg in it. So, but I hope you guys enjoy the videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share on social media with all your family and friends, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.